wisdom saves, and then it's like, all right, you read as much as you can, but the book closes, and like without the proper like translation, you can't read the book anymore, and it gives you the advantage on wisdom, and I think it gives you the speak with dead, but
that's tomorrow. Welcome back to Mad King Today, everybody.
hello.
Tomorrow we are playing Baldur's Gate. It's running long.
God willing.
God's willing. God's willing. If not, it'll just be probably dropping in Helldivers because it's the other thing that everybody's got.
That's gonna
If somebody's missing or whatever. And Helldivers is rough right now. It is. Boy, that update.
I haven't touched it since the last time that we played, and I know there's a lot
It's-
of new
You
stuff.
see
It's harsh.
the stuff about the dev response with that?
No.
So somebody was whining about, oh, this new update made it too hard. The guns are stupid, blah, blah, blah. And the dev literally put, yeah, that sounds like a skill issue.
Yeah, and
I
that
was so
dev
happy
that
for that.
dev ended up getting in hot water.
Yeah, I was
because-
gonna say the dev probably gotten a lot of hot water over
because
that.
he spent a little bit of time on like Twitter and Reddit just
Yeah.
roasting people for being like, you're really complaining about like 10 less points of damage, like just get good.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think the
But at the
message
same time, it's not the 10 less points of damage that people are complaining about. It's the fact that now in challenging mode, or not challenging, what's just before suicide or whatever, before it like really gets
extreme.
extreme difficulty, they'll spawn 6 Bile Titans on you at once.
Yeah.
That's what people are complaining about.
Yeah, it's rough. Life's rough.
And it's like, I totally
So,
understand. But then you drop down the next level, you go to hard or whatever it is,
Cakewalk.
and suddenly you don't even see like you see maybe a single charger at times, and it's just kind of like,
So-
okay.
So do you know how to like?
It was why I quit my rock climbing gym, because they would set routes that were like for toddlers, and then they would set like, you need to be a professional full-time rock climber to send these routes. It was V8 and up exclusively.
I actually heard about a really easy way to fix that problem with like the Bile Titans and the Chargers. You could just fight the automatons and everything.
but they do it with the automatons too.
Well, yeah, but it's a
Where
different problem.
suddenly you're walking to Curiosities and you've got 8 rocket devastators and a tank.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, so it's also.
Yeah.
But then you go down one difficulty and you're lucky if you see
Skipping
a
in
single
fucking two
devastator.
But
yeah,
when you're fighting the automatons, you're spreading more democracy. It's a proven fact.
that's true. That is
Actually
true.
not. We've been in a stalemate over the creek for how many months?
And that's why we need more men. You're right.
Send dudes.
How much democracy are you spreading on one single planet that you're focusing on?
Listen,
That you have never
that's
won?
why we need more men. We're up to 50% as opposed to 0.1, all right?
Sorry, how many times have we
Progress.
lost the creek?
Log in tomorrow and see.
Progress.
That's
Joel,
happened
if
to
you're
that's happened to the
watching
kids a couple of times. But so, I don't care if the hard levels of the game are impossible. Like, that's fine. Totally cool. I also don't care if the easy mode is like skipping through fucking Slime Rancher
Mhm.
and playing
It's
it's like you're playing Stardew Valley,
It's that
That's
sudden
fine.
disconnect.
but you need a strong middle class.
Exactly. Yeah, no. I know
just
exactly
like
what you mean.
America.
Just like America.
Look at
Uh,
what you're doing to us.
And then there's also a lot to be said though about the fact that Christ, a full 3-man of level 20 pluses that have all of their stratagems figured out and can, call in reinforcements in half a second because they
Communicate
have it.
pretty effectively.
They got some good communication and stuff. They should be able to play on at least that extreme difficulty.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. We did a hell dive with Tafa, and it went great.
Before, yeah.
Yeah.
Before everything.
That was before they ramped the difficulty back.
Yeah,
up.
we didn't even see a tank.
It was wild.
Like,
there
we-
was a tank, but I orbital lasered it.
Gotcha. Like
from,
there
from
were
across
plenty
the
of
way.
Hulks.
Yeah.
That was the thing. There were
There
plenty,
were plenty
of
of
Hulks.
Hulks.
But yeah, no, that was a good time. That was a good time.
Where'd we leave off, guys?
We took
conquered
over
the
a fort. Um,
Fort Resort has fallen.
Yep. Fort
Yeah.
Resort down.
Question: the orcs don't, as a standard, take prisoners, but you guys were right in the center of everything when that kind of final collapse happened. Are you at all interested in taking prisoners.
Maybe we
No,
can
they
give
killed
all
a-
of these
no.
people to Daddy
No,
for Grugnug back.
He gets them regardless.
He gets them either way.
So it's not.
Not
really
if we
a
choose to
tempting
not
deal.
kill them.
If you choose to not kill them, technically he does not get them immediately. But if they die like secondhand because of what you did, he does take them. If you were to like
that's a
take this
very-
huge
that's
group,
a very like I like that idea. All right. All
I'm
right.
like, fuck these people, right?
Yeah, no, because I like they killed Adara. All these people are gonna die. So if you want to try to exchange,
I'm not doing shit. I don't know this guy.
Yeah, no, I'm not. So
Well, you're the only guy in the party with a link to him.
No, actually, you don't have one either anymore.
yeah, you do.
Didn't we get rid of yours? No, we got rid of.
we didn't get rid of anybody's.
There was a deal that if
But
it
Zelly
Zelly
never
T got rid
ascended,
of it.
T got rid of it early on.
So you're the only one.
Yeah. Well, I ain't making the. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So yeah, no,
I mean, like, if you call him, I can ask.
Do you want to tell that to Mo's ghost?
Ooh,
Do you want to tell that to
Ooh.
Mo's ghost?
well, no,
damn.
because I can't talk to ghosts.
I can.
So you can feel free to tell him.
You've got some time.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
prisoners.
tell him. Look, we were never even negotiating for you. We were negotiating for Grugnug, but let Grugnug know that
also,
we're not
like
doing
right
that.
now, you want to talk to Grugnug because you can talk to Daddy. Daddy has Grugnug. He's got him. He's got him right there in his pocket. He can pull him out and let him talk to you anytime. He'd probably just yip at you and flip you off though.
Why?
Yeah, we're kind of responsible for him being with Daddy.
Listen, okay.
So then if we use this bargaining chip, we can get him back.
I feel like we're wasting time here, treading down a path that's even more evil. See, if we just stand here and do nothing, and the orcs kill them all and make no bad decisions, then it's not really on us.
PJ Boy's got a good point that none of these guys ever came anywhere close to killing your child.
No,
Guilty by
yeah,
association.
but neither did any of these guys kill Mark's kid. But
Yeah. I'm not quite sure you want to use Mark as a role model for this, but you guys trust him. I get it.
yeah. So
I think the only prisoner we're taking is Blitz, but he's not really a prisoner. He's like
You did,
prisoner
yeah.
adjacent.
he's our poster boy now.
He's your
prisoner adjacent.
new Broadway
Yeah.
startup. You're gonna get them together with Adora, and they're gonna start a little traveling band.
New Captain America. That's Bronze.
Listen,
Yeah.
that actually isn't a bad idea.
Dude, I mean more like Homelander, but yeah.
Start the propaganda wing.
Yeah.
You've had Thelmar working on a good bit of that stuff, but all in that like skeevy underground thievy kind of way.
Yeah. No, we're about to be.
You
dropping-
haven't like written a show tune about how much cooler you guys
No,
are.
we're about
yet.
to drop posters with like Blitz's face on it. Like the rebellion wants you, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Only you can fight for democracy. I'm doing my part.
I didn't do fucking shit.
You just
Yeah.
have a little
We
cut to like Alia and Blitz, and she's like, "Are Sport Talent kids really safe here?" And he's like, "Yes, they are." Tassels her hair, and
Because we've totally made those posters.
you
And-
had made like the flyers for Fuck the Mad King Day and stuff.
Yeah, and we had like literally like the "We Want You"
Yes,
posters.
yes, you did put out some
so.
recruitment posters,
But now we'll have Blitz.
but most of those were just like covered in rabbit paw prints and like
Yeah,
Kenosi's hands and stuff. And
it's Zelly's beautiful
they
drawings.
were, yeah, they were just kind of like scribble painted. So, is it a high school play or is it a resistance movement?
So
Say the same thing about the producers every time I see it.
we settled on no prisoners.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop the orcs. Are you?
I mean, if you don't want Grugnug back, whatever. I don't know this kobold. He means almost nothing to me.
You guys didn't get along. He literally means nothing to me.
I mean, I got along fine with
Look
him.
at
I just
me.
don't understand.
I'm the fire wizard now.
Are you
Fire's just so
also the
popular.
Captain of the ship.
Gonna go
No,
kill
I don't
Harley
have
next.
that. Side quest to go hunt
Bell
myself
runs
down.
over here. Belrun's over here like, I see a job opening.
pulled out Harway's old character sheet the other day, and I was like, oh my god.
You're at the funeral handing out business cards.
I smell a promotion.
All right,
Oof.
so I
I
think
guess not. Yeah, fuck them.
I think the plan was loot around and then rest here for a day while everybody gets ready to move on to the tower.
Okay.
And they should all be relatively ready to march with us.
The orcs are good. The huntresses,
They took some beatings.
they took some beatings. They were not. They sent good forces. Don't get me wrong, but this is simply not what the huntresses do. You know,
Yeah.
they're small team tactics, infiltration based, hit and run, very small scale, kind of individuals all moving towards one goal kind of thing. Not we organize in a phalanx of a couple thousand strong and march at the enemy walls.
In that case, while we're resting, any of the huntresses that are good to keep moving, if while we're resting we can send the oozles and some huntresses just to go harass the lone tower.
They do not work together.
Well, yeah, they don't work together, but like we can give them the same objective.
No, like they don't work together as in you should be cautious about how close of an area of operation you put them in.
Like their camps across the way from their camp kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, since the huntresses took a beating,
Racism.
since the huntresses took a beating, can I send like any of the oozles that are
Man, it's all these people are
good
kinda
to
fucked.
mosey and
You
have
didn't
them
pick
just
one
like
up, though?
harass
I mean, like,
slash
You
You know,
kind
they'll
of bet it's
they'll do
silly.
what they're gonna do,
okay.
and they you know they
She was
are
an alcoholic for a reason.
part
She was one
of
the
this
good ones.
war party and campaigning. You know, so they will show up. So yeah, basically.
Because
And
if we could like soften up the target a little bit before we all march on them tomorrow.
oh,
that'd be
absolutely.
I wouldn't even have them try to soften up the target. I think more just patrolling around and keeping any reinforcements from getting there would be a better idea.
Yeah, because I guess
Reinforcements,
with I
Cutting
guess
off some
with
supply
the,
lines and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
with the fortress falling, they pretty much
They
Make
know
sure you're
we're
speaking to your
coming.
mic.
like it would make sense that we would be going for
Yeah.
the tower next. So
Well,
And I do want to clarify the reason why the huntresses and the oozles don't mix is not because of just racism or whatever. It's actually, you know, before the Mad King declared war basically on the world, the other, you know, the dwarves and the orcs didn't get along. When do dwarves and orcs ever get along? And the huntresses and the orcs didn't get along because the orcs just want to roam around, capture dinosaurs, and ride them like psychopaths into battle all the time. Of course they were warring with the other nations. And the oozles were the direct response to the huntresses' type of warfare. The huntresses would never just meet a giant war band out on the field. They would do their small team, special operation style hit and run tactics. So the orcs created oozles as a direct confrontation to that. And so there's just some bad historical blood.
they're just mad because like we're better at their job.
If that's, I would understand how you would come to that conclusion.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, loot run.
Sure. I think you're the only one who needs the money.
There's,
I really don't.
I wasn't even.
I
necessarily-
regret to inform you that the foremost militarized base in all the Mad King land did not have a treasury.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right? Like this is the at-risk base 24/7 for the past like 60 years.
And
And
we took it in a day.
I
And
wasn't-
all it takes is one day for it to fall sometimes.
necessarily thinking of money while looting around, but there's got to be some wands, some scrolls, some like
Some,
magical
like, little
There
tiny
is-
here-theres.
trinkets.
There is some magical here there's left over. Realistically, you guys aren't going to find much of anything above like first level spells.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Where's
You know what we
Stelly's
are gonna
body?
find?
Let's collect that. Let's collect our friend.
So with all of these, like with like all the fortifications and everything
Mhm.
inside, I know we have one. How many
Yeah.
more of these Gatling guns are lying around?
yeah, the magic missile barragers.
Uh,
There's probably about a dozen of them.
sick.
Can we find one that's in better shape than the one that
We're-
was smoking when we found it?
We're gonna put these.
There are some in better shape. There are some that are all but destroyed as well, though.
We are gonna put these on the backs of the orc dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah. Tanks with machine guns. Yeah.
Could put one in the boat.
Put one in the boat.
Put one on the
Could
boat.
put at least 2 in the boat.
Yeah.
Of course, they do require an operator, and as you know, they require a spellcaster operator.
The orcs have spellcasters.
Kind of.
We're in kind of short supply of spellcasters. Our last one, Ash, gone. Dust in the wind.
They gotta be full casters. They can't have just a sport talent. And you do know, in the orcs, males only get sport talents at best, and it's almost always some kind of small end physical augmentation.
Yeah, but they still have like casters in their war parties, right?
Their women,
Yeah.
have propensities to magic,
But it's mostly elemental stuff.
and it's exclusively elemental
Okay.
stuff, almost
But
exclusively.
that's fine because they're still casters. They can still use the gun.
Yes, yeah, they can. Their shamans can utilize those.
Sick. Yeah. Orcs get guns.
We could also throw one on the ship.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because he said there's like a dozen.
at
We
least
put a
2
couple
on
on
the
the
ship.
ship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They do also require wands to utilize, and you do see that the wands they were using, because wands are so expensive, are just these kind of like mass-produced, really cheap piece of crap ones. They don't hold the full 50 charges or anything like that. They're one-time, one battle use kind of things. Where those Gatlings will run for a minute, good 10 rounds or whatever, but that's all you get, and then the wands are toast, and you need to just slot new ones in.
That's fine.
'Kay.
That's fine.
And
'Cause
we
we only
blew
need
up
a-
the magical artillery, so there's probably not a lot of them
The magical artillery is
Ammo.
completely annihilated.
left.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
Cool.
And then all the like really big, impressive magical artifacts that were either destroyed with the magical artillery tower, or was part of the initial exfil that they had taken out.
Mhm.
And so that's all gone. You do have that cool rock in a box.
I'm not touching that thing.
Okay.
It ruined my flow.
Someone should touch it.
We should use
Shit,
it
Mark
to
will
kill
touch it.
Daddy.
Calm.
I knew you'd like that idea.
I like that idea a lot. Oh,
Two things. Pre-warning about that. Just making sure that we're all aware of how Pathfinder works and how the world works. Let's just have a phylactery. You learned that in Leadshire. So if you run into Daddy and you unleash the rock upon him, whatever corpse, that he's possessing at the time will absolutely just collapse to non-magical bones and dust.
If he's a lich.
If he's a lich. If he's a god, from the Lord Dragon that the physical body that manifests on the planet can be destroyed, but that leaves 99% of the gods still on the heavenly plane kind of deal.
well, yeah, but
That's not a us problem.
yeah, because
And
the
depending on
gods-
how strong or weak he is, he might not be able to manifest anymore if he's a god.
yeah, because the gods were saying that they were all freaking out about the fact that like he had a mortal body
Yes.
here. So if we remove that mortal body and we're like, hey, we took care of the mortal body.
Life could possibly get way fucking easier.
Speaking of which, though,
Damn, too bad you weren't nicer to him and went to all of his parties like Zelly did.
That does also, though, require, right, that if he's a god, he is exclusively like his body is exclusively like a magical construct. If he's a real guy that this god has manifested himself as, like the Lord Dragon has now done with Spoon and Savas, opening it up would stop all magic that happens in the area, even divine magic, but you would still have whoever the guy is.
we can fight it.
Which
dude.
some decrepit asshole, man.
Like, we can fight
Maybe
a
maybe
dude.
he's some 95-year-old dusty old bat, and you can just
or
push him down the
he's gonna
stairs and be
pull
done with
fucking,
it.
You know, boomy on us and like flex.
Yeah,
and,
or
like-
he's a 20th level fighter.
Okay, we'll put a pin in that.
yeah. We'll
But
come back to that.
but I am going to let's see.
I'm not saying your plan's bad. I just want to make sure that if it goes one of those directions, if he is a lich and then you collapse his bones and then you're like, haha, we're free, and you teleport back, and then he shows up again and rings your mirror the next day and is like, dude, not cool. You don't sit here and look at me and go, what the fuck, Ian? You know?
No, that's fair. That's fair. But on that note, we have the box, right? I'm gonna throw my mirror in the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
You open the box and put your mirror in?
I'll from a safe distance.
What do you mean from a safe distance?
Because I don't want to like open this box and then all the other enchantments that I have go away.
that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. So
How are you opening this
Just get
box at a
naked
safe
real quick,
distance? What are
and
you
then-
talking about?
okay.
You can't put the box down, walk 30 feet away, stare at it, and say, "I opened the box."
Okay.
right?
Well, yeah.
I
but
gotta
somebody
be clear
else,
on
somebody
this
else can open the box for
because
me.
I'm ready to destroy all of your magical equipment.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to avoid that, motherfucker.
So get naked.
You know what? Yeah, I'll take off the I'll take off the armor
Uh-huh.
and like leave it off at like a far distance away from this box. I'll have like all my magical shits over there.
Crusty, weak old tunic underneath.
Yeah, and
After
then
battle sweat,
yeah, and then I'll get the mirror and
everybody needs to make a fortitude save against sickened.
hey, listen, motherfucker.
This is fucking.
It's now
He's
canon in
pickling.
Mad King the Fork stank.
Yeah, and then
His little
I'll
boxers say, "I love May."
Property of.
yeah, and then I'll open up the box and I'll put the mirror in there. Well, fuck you, daddy, and close up the box.
Cool.
Yeah,
You do so.
yeah, sick. And then
Mirror appears between your butt cheeks.
and then I'll leave. No, because we found out that the mirrors get fucked up by whatever this thing is, by the thing.
Have you?
Yes.
When?
What is this?
Huh? Well, this is the anti
Oh, because
magic.
I guess it's. I mean.
Well, no, it's just the anti magic. It fucks up my god shit. So like,
Yeah, but that was like global scale. You know. Like.
no, because I just watched this dude like hold it up to my chain and destroy the chain. So it fucks with god powers. I'm convinced that Daddy is the big bad of the campaign, the god. So, mirror in the box.
He's
This
just
far
gonna
in, not
assign
an
you
unfair
another
assumption.
mirror.
Yeah, mirror in the box. And
He's
then
gonna start charging you for these mirrors.
I'm gonna close up the box,
It's coming out of his account.
and then I'm
Your
gonna
contract gets just a little
go
bit more
get
stringent
all
each
my
time.
gonna go get all my stuff back on.
His contract says no more sex with succubi, and you're like,
Shit. You go put all your armor back on. You got of course like your utility belt. Where'd you normally keep the mirror? Just like in your backpack?
I guess.
Yeah, just at the bottom with all your other bullshit.
I guess. Yeah.
Cool.
secretly praying that you'll like strike your backpack on something one day and it'll break the mirror just right.
No, I've tried to destroy this thing. It doesn't work.
I just didn't know if you were the kind of guy that would have like, oh yeah, one of the outer pockets is probably what should hold my access to what I believe is going to be the big villain of the totality of the campaign and my easy way of talking to him that I've got this contract with, or if you were more of a like, fuck you, you belong at the bottom of the rucksack kind
No,
of
yeah,
guy.
definitely.
Yeah,
Because like all the times that like he's called, somebody else has answered.
that's true.
Very rarely has it been me that answers it.
True.
Cannot stand this guy. Yeah. So.
PJ Boy really wants you to explain what the stone is in like technical terms.
Oh, well, there you go.
I got you.
Dude,
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah, so I guess we just take a day and chill.
Oh.
Yeah, you know,
Say it.
you guys set up some bedrolls.
It's
a quick
from the
tent.
north.
Thanks.
There's some anti-magic thing there.
What's it
and
called?
I don't know. All I know is the only thing that messed up
Oh.
My god powers was whatever was going on up in the north.
It's not true. There's been one other thing that's messed up your god powers.
That was Gladdick.
Maybe
Is this motherfucker in on it? See, now you got me questioning shit. All right.
This is what's finding out that like Gladdick's like an elder god who bled upon the planet, and like the rock in the north is just his blood.
The Inua Auk?
Yes.
That place.
So do we kill Gladdick? Is that what's happening?
We can kill Gladdick. We got a rock that can put him down. We got a rock that makes it so the Vikel can't go away
All we've
anymore.
done so far is bicker about who to kill. Like literally, there's been like a list of 10 people.
I'd like to go to bed now.
What are you up to in camp? As kind of things wind down, a ship flies through the air and then lands. A couple of people get off and are like, they're kind of solemn, but also, in trying to enjoy the victory as best they can.
So I definitely like went around looking for anybody's lost little wizard homies and
Yeah.
scrolls and stuff for quite a while.
Do you have like all first level spells, all first, second level spells, or are you still missing some?
Oh, I have 2 second level spells.
You only got 2 second level spells?
Yeah.
Second level spells are kind of dope. Yeah, going ahead and get 5 of each.
Okay.
And we'll just say generically that you found spell books with those spells.
Sick.
Because unfortunately, once again, all the wizards that were left behind were
Or-
low tier.
Yeah.
The low tier kind of rank and file wizard. Recent graduate of magical academies.
We're doing the portal.
No, those were super. Well, no, those guys. Yeah, that was a ritual
Ritual
spell.
magic,
So
yeah.
it was cast by a higher level wizard, but then he fucking dipped.
Oh,
Whoever
coward.
they were, they're out. They were like first ones out, and they left those lower level guys to keep the magical energy going to maintain their spell.
Got it.
Because realistically, none of those guys that were focusing the ritual magic were gonna make it out.
We have a new high wizard, PJ boy. It's okay.
Other than that, so yeah, I would have done that, and then
If you want, there's tons of like scrolls of Scorching Ray or like a Lightning Ray, the Scorching Ray spell, but with different
Lightning.
elements, There's a lot of scrolls of Shield or Mage Armor. Magic Missile, as you're seeing, is an oddly popular one just because it's kind of like a rapid fire cast and the wizard doesn't have to worry about who they're targeting because it hits,
yeah, I'll gather up some of those.
Yeah, I mean, there's dozens of those.
Okay,
You could realistically have as many as you want.
perfect. I'm
Some of those things, some of those last like crates that they were moving out as you stopped the ritual spell were basically chock full of scrolls of exactly those kind of things.
Grab a couple of those scorching ray scrolls.
Okay.
my scrolls.
They're all made at the lowest level possible because they're just,
That's
fodder scrolls, so they only have the 1 ray. No extra bonuses.
No, that's fine because if you recall, a long time ago, I got one of the guns that the commandos use.
Yes.
And they need scrolls in order to fire.
Scrolls or wands.
Yeah.
They're basically the prototype for these Gatlings that you have found.
Yeah. So I can give the gun to like Jimmy or somebody that is more akin to
A ranged
Yeah.
individual. Yeah.
I've just been sitting on this because like we haven't had any ammo for it, but now we have ammo for it.
Yeah. You do find, since you're specifically looking for magical item stuff, you do find a couple ammo crates
Mhm.
with some of those small level, cheapo made wands
Okay.
for the Gatlings. Every single one of them is magic missile.
Okay.
However, these ones, whereas the wand is very cheap manufactured, the caster level is high, so they fire the full 4-bolt volley.
Yeah, I'll let these big strong lads know to move that over. But that's our ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. These need to go up there.
Okay.
Good luck, boss.
Oh yeah, I got.
Mark will help you.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
He understands. Alia will
Just
help.
like eating a sandwich,
You mean
looking
George
at
will
you.
help?
George will help.
Yeah.
I'm looking for our fallen homie. I'm gonna consecrate her corpse and
Yeah.
burn it.
It is unfortunately by circumstance of where it was and what happened, right after her death, a little trampled and mangled. But
You know, it happens.
a consecration is a nice thing.
Yeah.
And you do see that there's a couple of people from the ship that like immediately rush over there. And one young woman in particular seems devastated.
It's okay.
It's not okay.
It's-
And she's like actively trying like some CPR.
Please stop.
And you see that as she's doing that, like broken bones are being put back in place.
It's
She says, I can save her, and she's just like trying. You see like her nose starts bleeding, and like her eyes go bloodshot.
and just like put a hand on her shoulder. Like, she's gone, kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she breaks down.
Is this you want to? She doesn't want to watch this part.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna burn the body.
Why?
You know, cleanse
Purified
with
by
flame.
flame.
I think that
A burial will
Zelly
suffice
would've-
just as well.
very much like to be shipped back to her sister. But fuck you in the box. That seems like something Zelly would have wanted.
Sorry, I got nothing but insults from Inselli. She doesn't get burial rights.
Well, she does for me, so she will
My
get.
God, now, bitch.
Yeah, you go to cast, nothing happens. The fire doesn't touch her.
Okay.
What the? Is she fire resistant?
She's so boozed up. She should
A
have
little
been
flame retardant.
Should have went up
Um,
so fast.
No, not to my knowledge. But regardless, we're not burning her.
That's what you do with dead people.
Not
Oozle,
here.
the bottom of your backpack begins to vibrate.
You bitch. Don't answer. Burying a Zelly.
What if we bury her with the rock of anti-magic?
Go for it if you didn't have any other uses for it.
Well, it's in a safe place then. I don't think we should be walking around with it. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm not touching that thing. So if somebody's gonna carry it, it's not gonna be me.
I'm just like, yeah, like, I don't think this is an item that we should be walking around with. My first thing was like we should bury it under a building in bronze. And then when we need it, go back for
You
it.
toss it deep into the wandering dungeon and never retrieve it.
It might break the dungeon. What if it don't do that.
Very well might.
Yeah, I don't. So
Flying on the ship, and one of the kids gets curious.
yeah, so we could bury it with a Zelly. If you don't want to keep it around.
Do you think that'll be a little too obvious? What if grave robbers come around?
Well, this is our fort now, so
I guess. I think that this is a disgusting thing that you're doing, and the
Okay.
corpse should be burned.
that's
but-
that's neat. So I'll
What's that coming from your backpack? What's that sound?
fucking asshole. So yeah,
Do you have an asshole in your backpack? Is it tiny?
listen.
First I'm hearing this too.
I buried Zelly.
Your backpack's buzzing the whole time.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
I break into his backpack.
She starts fucking with your backpack. Do you resist?
Yes. Fuck off me.
You'll have to roll like a sleight of hand to get in there.
And I add 16.
That's absolutely not sufficient, especially against active resistance.
I buried Zelly.
You stop the new wizard.
Pick her up by the head and stop.
But it's a very magical asshole. I can see it.
Oozle, you hear a tearing sound behind you.
Oh no. I think your asshole just tore.
What all did you have in your backpack?
Honestly, not a lot.
All right, well, it's on the floor now. And you see the mirror there buzzing.
Your mirror is vibrating.
I bury Itzelli.
Yeah, you continue to ignore it. You continue digging your hole, and
Yes.
eventually you just hear, "Excuse me,
I pick
you
it up.
do have to answer that."
You can answer it your fucking self.
Well, I did, and now I'm here. He is standing behind you.
That's cool. Fuck off.
That's my property.
The asshole?
The body. All of them, actually. I'm going to let the orcs continue their work. It's very good and not too disruptive to me. So, but Itzeli needs that for now. And so I'll be going and retrieving that. It's a shame that your other two friends didn't leave anything behind for me, but I'll find them something new, I'm sure.
That reminds me. Has my lawyer gotten in contact with you?
Who?
My demon lawyer? I'll get you his number.
I'm more than happy to let you finish your little ceremony. But she is waiting.
I called Devon.
You get his new secretary.
Listen here, you inconsiderate fuck. I'm going to finish what I'm doing. Once we leave, I can't stop you from whatever else that you're going to do.
Correct.
But as it stands, politely, fuck off. Go back to burying Itzelli. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, he does not leave. He lingers. But he does not disturb you from what you're doing anymore.
After I bury Itzelli, I'm going to find some place that I can say that I loot.
Okay. You bury it, Zelly.
He's
and
actually going into a
storm
building
off.
to cry.
Did you bury the box with his belly?
No, I think it's not a good place for it. I think we should put it somewhere under bronze.
You go, you just isolate yourself from everybody? Okay. You guys see this new figure. He spends a little bit of time. He kind of walks around the battlefield, and it seems almost like he's just admiring your work.
How's it going?
Oh, just fantastic, really.
So,
How are you, Thybia?
you know my name? That's creepy.
Oozle copium.
Unfortunately, once you reach a certain level of undead, the creepiness just comes. So you might as well also know people's names.
Fair enough. Why are you taking their friend's body?
Oozle gave me permission. In
That
fact,
doesn't sound like permission to me.
all of the bodies produced by your little escapades, so long as you're tangentially connected to Oozle still, grant me the corpses. By contract, of course.
Well, okay.
It's quite a nice thing.
Who are you?
Oh, my name's not very important.
No. You know my name. I get to know yours. That's how this works. That's how friendship begins.
Friendship, you say?
Yeah, we're all friends here.
Mhm.
Well, except the dead ones, but
I haven't had a speakable name in a very long time. You are more than welcome to refer to me as the Baron. It is a title, not a name, unfortunately, but I simply don't have one that fits to provide you anymore.
Baron works for me. I should go check
So
on the
we, like,
green guy.
Give him a hug and then say his name so that Zeus smites both of us.
Tell
Give
me.
him a hug. Checkmate, bitch.
Tell me, is there anything you desire?
No, I'm pretty great right now. I feel really happy. I blew up a guy's head today. I've never been able to do that before. That was really cool.
I
So
witnessed.
I'm
It was
chilling.
rather grand.
Yeah. No, I'm just having a good time.
And I bet
Do you need
a
anything?
fae could get out of this.
Oh, I would
glass of
love
water?
Yeah,
very
maybe
much
something
if
like
I could
this.
If anyone
convince
could
you
get
to
out
sign
of
a
this,
similar contract to
the fae.
Uzel. It just sures up
Unfortunately,
coverage
I'm
and
not
things.
I'm just saying, they're pretty easy
yeah,
to
I'm
find.
not. No, I don't sign anything without my father present.
Like,
We could arrange that.
No, he's in hiding. Please don't bring him out.
hey, well, you're also gonna want to consult with my lawyer. He's very good. He's the best.
He can talk to my dad too. I don't make those decisions.
You've given your lawyer full legal rights.
No.
No.
He fucking sucks.
Then why would I speak with him instead of coming directly to you?
Well, it just depends, you know. I mean, like, I personally have no interest in signing whatever. I can barely read.
Well, that's not
not
true.
true.
But like, I'm just saying, everything goes through him first, and then you know, I consult with him.
I'll send some paperwork up the chain then.
Okay.
I feel like he's a reasonable man.
Yeah, Devon's pretty good at what he does. He's got that new secretary that proofreads everything. Fantastic.
She might be a bit of an issue, but I'd bet that Devon
Just
and
have
I
the
could come up with
secretary work.
plenty of things that he would find most attractive.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have an airtight contract with him, so don't go
Mm.
trying to poke this guy out from underneath me. All right.
Oh, I need not for lawyers. I have taken plenty. As it turns out, they don't tend to, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Horrible things, lawyers. That's why I got a devil lawyer.
The smart move, by the
Yeah.
way. I would have maybe hunted around a little more.
You don't want a criminal lawyer. You want a criminal lawyer.
We'll be in contact.
All right, my people will talk to your people.
It has been most fantastic meeting you.
Likewise. I don't know why everybody's so mean to you. This has been great.
Me neither. All I've ever done is help.
Not true.
You're hiding in a tower somewhere crying.
If your strong brooding friend ever wishes to speak to his old teammate again, let him know that she's around.
Yeah, I'll pass that on the day I want to die by orc.
If you'd let him know.
Yeah, I can do that.
He seems to have a soft spot for friendlier folk.
Okay.
So new plan, right? We get Devon's secretary. We have to go to the Fey Woods, strike a deal with the Fey, and make a Fey Devon's secretary. Fucking power couple. Best lawyer there's ever been.
It'd be pretty good.
Has he
He-
disappeared?
He lingers around,
Okay.
but he has stopped the conversation.
Okay.
We've exited dialogue. Shadowheart disapproves.
Speaking of people who don't do fucking shit.
Oh fuck,
It was great in my playthrough.
dude, she's so bad. She misses all the
I
time.
just gotta build her right.
Listen, dude.
We tried so many
it
different
wasn't.
builds.
It wasn't until like halfway through.
It's not
Act
my
3
fault that you're
she
trying to make
started
a
actually
cleric
do
into a
something.
fighter.
No,
okay?
no, that's not. No, it's anything besides healing. Not her thing.
It's like she's a cleric.
She should be able to hit Sacred Flame once in a while.
Plus
I don't know,
tons
man.
of buffing spells.
Every time she Sacred Flames in my playthrough, it's an instant kill for whatever the fuck she is. So, like,
But my cleric, I made a cleric on our second playthrough. Man, fucking
The like trickery domain is certainly not
Oh,
it
yeah.
for the clerics in that.
I
And
went
it's
with
a bit
healing
of
domain
a
and then
tragedy. that-
found some good stuff right out the
Yeah.
bat. So my heals are so fat. It's great.
I think they finally added Artificer. I saw something around update
Really?
about that.
Well, I'm not going back and playing it again because that's a lot of time that I don't have.
Yeah.
But super dope.
But anyway,
Yeah. Bedtime?
Back to the
Bedtime.
war. Yeah, you guys just
is
take some quarters on the ship, set up a tent.
is my orc homie here? Cliffjaw. Cliffjaw.
No, this is not his warband.
Okay, I didn't think so.
He's off somewhere else.
Okay.
But you still have full right. And if you wish to go mingle with the orcs, that tattoo that's your ticket in. You're in.
I'm betting with
Right.
the orcs tonight. I haven't slept on the ship yet, and I don't plan to.
Yeah, man, they're there to party it up. And the minute that you walk in, like there's a lot of awkward and like angry looks, but you fucking flash your piece, and it's immediately just like, holy shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm coming with you. These people are too sad.
Yeah, you know,
The
my
main crew is
experience.
very sad, but the orcs are having a grand
It
time.
looks like so much fun over there.
They're the best people to party with.
It's just when like the music
I've
starts
never
up.
met an orc, and I just run up and hug the first one.
Fuck.
I want you to roll percentile die for me and call highs or lows.
Okay.
And I'm not telling you the odds.
Hi.
Okay.
28.
I don't think that's it, Chief.
You run right up to this humongous gray-skinned orc that not only has tusks but seems to have like these gnarled horns.
I want
Growing.
that. I don't know what
met
fucking
an
mutation
orc.
that is, but that's metal as fuck. And, I
And you
want
go
it.
up behind and give him like this hug, and he immediately like you feel air, like your hair is blowing in the wind, and then you feel like there is no air in your lungs as you were met with the ground, and this orc just has you pinned like by your throat to the floor, but then immediately like, you know, like, oh shit, my bad, steps back.
reflexes, you know?
Yeah.
Muscle memories a bit.
And he just kind of like looks at you, and there is that like, oh shit, my bad for a moment, but then you see like the veneer comes back, and he kind of stone faces you and just goes like, meh. And he turns and walks off.
Wait.
You feel like a hand on your back, a very strong, large hand, but not that large. And you hear a more feminine voice. Are you all right?
Yeah, what was his name? That was cool.
Oh, they don't have names anymore.
Oh, is this one of the secret ops orc guys?
He's just like wiggling around in the dust. Face down, you still haven't like rolled around. He's just like, yeah, that was one of the oozles.
Yeah, it
And
felt like it.
they're rather secretive. Here, let me, and she just like, you feel like, you remember when you were a toddler and your dad would just scoop you up by your armpits? She does that.
Cool. I'm not a very big person,
No,
so
but
he
you get-
probably still does that.
You get the uppies.
Cool.
And then put down on your feet, and you just feel this strong hand dust you off a little bit. She says, come. Us regulars are going to have a celebration.
Damn.
Yeah, you just
I blew his head off.
yeah, you scream that, you hear like, yeah, but like none of them were there. You know? Some of the oozles were there, but they're not
Coolest thing
there
she's ever
to
done in her life.
Do they have the head smash grog tanks here? Are they
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's the grog, the barrels are just rolling off as you see like their support beasts, the pack beasts start coming in, just loaded
Finally
down with
unloading
gears,
the party
supplies.
favors.
Yeah, they start unloading. They unload the booze first and the tent second, you know? Like they know what's up. The chairs come third.
I have like a drink and I'm just pissed drunk. That is not what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the mouse would have given me like the party's, at least Oozle's number, right?
Yeah.
Like sending stone.
Yeah. And anybody that she wouldn't have thought to give you the number of, you can get back in contact with her, and she is connected. She'll get you in contact with them.
I drunk dial Oozle.
You're planning on brooding the whole night. Yeah, you're sending stone chirps.
I don't answer.
Cool.
Fucking loser.
Nothing. You want to leave a voicemail?
Selfies of us like drinking. They get like blurrier and more out of focus as the night progresses.
These aren't smartphones. They're rocks.
Nah, fuck it. They're
Honestly,
smartphones now. Wizards and shit. It affects nothing in the campaign as far as I'm concerned.
I can create illusions, so like. I'm
How
just
hard
mimicking
did you like
illusions of
hide
it.
away opposed to just like, I'm gonna be in this tower, don't bug me, and stomp away?
Go with the second one. Just
Okay, so like people would know where you are
yeah.
and know not to mess with you. Okay, there is someone has come to mess with you.
Who is it?
It's Mark. And he does not knock if there's a door even left at this
He was
area.
actually also coming to Brood.
He opens it up and he comes in very solemn. He is unarmed. He has taken his weapons away. We're having a small service. If you'd like to come, maybe say something.
Us partying is in bad taste.
Know her?
Yeah.
I didn't like her.
I'll be there
Oh
in a
yeah,
second.
you knew her.
Yeah,
I didn't know her.
you'll know where.
I literally showed up.
I didn't know
after
her
she died.
long.
And that's it. Do you, when you go, Derek's kind of holding a service. Frida and all you're losing their shit. Finn's there because he was driving the ship. He just looks, he's just gone. Jimmy's there. He's quiet, respectful.
Good shit on her body. Did anyone think to take that?
Idzelli's gonna have it all back when Dad goes and retrieves her body.
Damn.
Pockets are full.
Look at all them god. Oh no.
No,
Huh.
I think you used all those. Did you? No? How many did you have?
There were like 2 ships left
Okay.
and a few others
Nice.
that are now all in the hands of douchebag McGee.
So maybe we should have buried the stone with her.
Jimmy says some things. He says a good deal about Grugnug. Rita gets up and tries to say something about Mo and can't choke anything out. Alia has a very short speech about how she didn't think much of Mo at the first place, but he really persevered and showed her, what he can do. Do you say anything for anybody?
Like,
If
I
Sonny
want to.
was my friend, I'd be sad.
Thymia walks up to the podium. Who? Asked, and then just like returns back to the party.
Hey, you guys want a drink? They got drinks over there.
You all know that I'm not really one to talk much, but I think that the most important thing that we remember is that their sacrifice was not meaningless. They have
The whole car ride home telling me how fucking meanies. What the fuck?
I did. But that was my piece and not Oozle. They all chose to fight this battle, this war that we have all chosen to fight, and we need to make sure that not only do we fight for the people that we need to free from the Mad King, but also for our fallen friends. Their sacrifice will not be meaningless.
Yeah.
Another selfie shows up in your brain.
There is, of course, you guys did bring Adora as well. She's just slow, little soft tune in the background. Shovel Knight's there, and for once, he is not talking. He does have some rather bolsterous, kind words to say, but tries to keep it short.
Good man.
Some of you may die.
Now we go to bed.
To bed. Woo! Some earlier than others.
Man, I've got a small frame and I don't drink, so it didn't take much.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, this tastes great. And just out.
I had like 30 minutes of the best party of my life, and then I'm asleep on a table.
They're still setting up, so they're just like putting the beer around.
Yeah.
You.
They use you as the table.
On my
There's just an
21st
outline
birthday,
of beer.
the pirates gave me a single coconut with a little splash of rum in it. And that's like all the alcohol I've consumed.
So innocent. Bilrune, you are invited to the Grand Victory Pyre.
Fire and orcs, I'm there.
Yeah, they go just outside where Shovel Knight had flattened most of the area on the approach to the fort. And you see just about everything wooden that was inside that fort has been stacked. Broken doors, chairs, fucking tent poles, and the canvas of the tents wadded up and just built into this humongous mound. They are dousing it with a liquid that is familiar to you. It's the diver oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The smell of home.
And you see as this happens, the partying for just this brief moment and simultaneously, just across the board, immediately silences. And you hear some women begin chanting. And the men eventually pick up the tune. And in unison, they sing a song of victory. As a lone orc climbs the pyre, painted ghost white from head to toe. He reaches above his head with some kind of device, sets a small flame, and then beneath him lights the pyre.
Godspeed, soldier.
He is immediately incinerated, of
Yeah.
course. But the blast from this pyre, the pure heat wave,
Just like,
has a magical property to it of which you've never felt before. And with that, just as quickly as it began, the singing stops and the party is right back as if nothing happened.
these are my people. I'm gonna marry into your tribe.
Yo, Oozle, you got a cousin?
I've met him. Hell yeah. Yeah. Hang out around the fire for a little bit.
Yeah. There is a good chunk of these orcs that you know are not going to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm one of them.
I wish, but I need spell slots. So unfortunately, I'll retire to bed.
You retire. You guys awaken in the morning, if not renewed, at least spell-wise refreshed, power-wise refreshed. Oozle, you feel strange. I need you to roll percentile die for me.
51.
51. All right. Your chickens are gone.
Oh.
You feel not necessarily normal, but you feel your sport talent reservoir.
Okay. In the morning, I'm gonna ask Derek to give me a little once over, tell him about what Chris did, and see if he has any ideas.
Yeah, he is back on the job. He has composed himself. He'll give you a quick magical essay. There is something abnormal about your strings of magic. They seem twisted, changed. I'm not totally sure. I haven't seen something like that happen. Normally people's magics are set from just about birth, barring crazy exigent circumstances. I guess I assume that this is one of them. Your magic has been fundamentally changed in some way.
Any way to find out exactly how?
It would be rather extensive testing. I'd be more than happy to go through it with you, but if you do plan on making war by this evening, we simply don't have the time.
Then it'll have to wait.
Okay.
I'll mosey around to the orcs and the huntresses, verify that they're ready to move out on the tower.
So the huntresses weren't going.
I have a question that we should ask Mark before we just walk to the next tower. Because we had Mark look over the waygate that was in the tower. Can we not just recreate the waygate and pop into their room? A whole army from waygate to waygate?
Well, that was
mean,
in the
I
fire.
Doubt it, but
Destroyed
we
tower.
can try.
Yes, that waygate was completely annihilated.
Marky Moo!
Mark does have, of course, that magical ability from Thoth, where he was able to memorize all of the runes and enchantments. So
So we don't need the specific
what's up?
Stargate rock.
Do you
formation.
remember the waygate?
yeah,
That was in the
perfectly,
tower?
because I used the magic.
How
stuff
long
on
do you
it.
think it would take to recreate it? If you have help.
How much help?
Got a lot of strapping young lads around here willing to move rocks and carve.
All the rocks are pretty meaningless, in
Okay.
all honesty.
I can
It's
read
the-
magic.
It's the
She can read
enchantments.
magic.
Have you built with teleportation magic before?
I have the spell teleport, if that's helpful. I can teleport to places.
I'm gonna be honest, kid. I have no idea if it's helpful or not.
Me neither.
I've been a wizard like 2 weeks.
That's okay. It's my first time seeing combat, so like we'll be new together.
That was so
Can
good.
I roll an,
Wizard for like 2 weeks.
an intelligence? I guess
been a
just to
wizard for
see if
2
I would be.
Yeah,
able to-
he like starts speaking in very technical arcane,
Okay.
but you see like in his eyes, he does not understand what he's saying.
Gotcha.
But boy, he's saying it.
Okay. So I do have obviously I can cast read magic.
Mm-hmm.
I can also cast
Read magic won't help right now because he's speaking
okay,
to
I
you,
can
and you do understand arcane,
Yeah.
so you're good.
Okay. So just
You just got to make that roll.
that's gonna be 23.
You understand a lot of the basics of what he's talking about, but when he starts getting into the more technical stuff, he loses you very quickly. And it creates that huge problem in you are not technically knowledgeable enough in like the creation of magic items and specifically these kind of artifacts to realistically make a pass at it. Coupled with the fact that though Mark perfectly, memorized what it is, he has zero technical understanding of any of it.
Gotcha.
If you were going to get this built, it would be a pretty momentous effort of multiple higher level casters, and you might need to seek specialized help from another high level wizard.
That's a no-go, guys. I tried. I really did try.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like super complicated stuff.
But it's definitely something we could think about in the future if that makes you feel better. Like once we get home, well,
Well.
where's home now for you guys?
Brownshire.
It probably won't
I've
matter then.
never
if-
heard of that place. But
if-
that sounds great.
I'm not
I'm
surprised.
assuming these waygates
It's
only
all
go
right now.
between the two places.
Cool.
I mean, with the runes and everything, like I would assume that it's,
Yeah. So it's hopefully going to be meaningless in the next 24 hours.
hopefully.
My wife and I had just bought a house there before these guys moved in. We were planning on moving up there. It was going to be a really quiet
I don't like hearing
existence,
the
but
story.
the town's been rapidly expanding and stuff. It's good to see temples going up, and the schools are really good now.
Oh. Where's your wife? Was she with the party too?
She was.
Okay. So just be. 'Cause I know.
She was.
I know. Oh. Gotcha. She had to flee too from the Mad King, right? Like that's what my parents had to do.
We had fled from the Mad King long ago. We actually used to live. We originally got married in Silvershire. I was a chef.
That place I recognize. My parents said something about like, yeah, we had to leave Silvershire, and then
A lot of people with that one. We wound up not necessarily leaving the continent, way far down in this place called Not Quite Bronze, but it wasn't good for the kids. And with one on the way, it was time to
these
move.
places? They have very little originality or creativity. Just like bronze, not quite bronze. It's silver. Like,
Yeah, it's, just the authoritarian government immediately taking control of things. The outskirt towns, the different areas that make up these big cities all have relatively original names.
that's fair.
But
Yeah, it's like the Pirate Isles. A lot more just like merchants than pirates. I mean, there's some pirates. Of course, there's obviously some pirates, but like, there's a lot more going on than just pirates. It was kind of a cool place. Lots of
yeah, I mean, I liked
coconuts.
it enough. Wound up on that resort island with some of the sport talent kids one time. It was very pleasant. The kids really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time over there. They're really great guys.
Yeah, if I didn't
Especially
get
the
up
small
together with the
ones.
party, I would have never been able to travel like that.
I travel all over.
Just
Been
wish my
everywhere.
kids could have seen it.
Church pays for it.
Oh, you're joining in as well. Oh, where have you been?
Where have I been?
Yeah.
Everywhere, pretty much.
I've been everywhere, man.
Well, where did you come from and where did you go?
Well, I came from the church and now I'm here. If you told a blind kid to solve the maze on a piece of paper that's just the map of the continent, that's where I've been.
Okay. Well, I guess I was born in Silvershire. I don't remember it at all. And I went to the Pirate Isles. And I've been wherever the fuck this is.
Silvershire is a beautiful city, but the governmental control was just too much.
Wouldn't know, I've never been.
Are we?
Or what, like a week east
Like 2
of
weeks east,
Bronze?
East.
east and a little
Northeast.
north.
We're like right on the Great Divide, right?
You are just below the Great Divide.
below it,
So yeah, if you look to your west, there's just this massive cliff. But also you see where Fort Resort is right at the only draw
Yeah.
that goes up and actually kind of bridges the Mad King land to the Great Plains through the Great Divide. That's
Yeah.
navigable. There's a river that runs through it, very rough
See
and
the
rapid
flat spot?
ridden.
Orkland. See the not flat spot? Not Orkland.
Good
That's
enough
about where
for
we
me.
are.
Okay.
See the dark
do-
shadowy place over there?
Do the
Never go there.
do the orcs have any like explosives that they'd be willing to part with?
They're coming with us. They don't really need to part, do they?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Kinda.
they are coming with us, but
Are you looking for something to like take on the ship?
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of explosive potential. They do a lot of pitch oils and like small grade kinetic explosives. You might feasibly be able to take a whole bunch of their like jousting lances, their explosive lances.
I would
But the divers are pretty protective over their stock.
As
That's fine.
the resident wizard, now that your other wizard friend is dead, I would like to
I cannot
suggest
believe you just
we
said that.
don't. You are the one who said that you're the new fire wizard. I'm trying to be part of the group. You see,
I thought I was the new wizard.
we're all wizard. Great. Well, why aren't you a wizard?
I'm a cleric.
He was magic, but his magic got turned into chickens.
This is an odd group.
fair assessment.
I would suggest we don't blow up the wizard towers the way we did this one because there might be useful things in there. Maybe just killing everyone would be a better solution, or even better, not killing everyone would be great as well.
I understand that you weren't there for the first tower, but that was kind of the plan.
Um,
Good. Okay.
new question. That like that I forget what you called it, but like the fire oil that they would
The
cover.
diving oil.
Yeah. That's flammable, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's more than flammable, my friend. It has a little bit of kick to it, a little combustible.
What,
It's a little spicy. It's a little bit of spicy fire.
what would you say its consistency would be?
It's a pitchy consistency. So it's say tree sap to honey.
Do you think I could acquire a single barrel of that?
You could roll, yeah. You want to roll diplomacy with some
Do you want me
divers?
to ask? I got you. I'm one of them.
You could absolutely acquire some.
Out of character. He's like their prince who rejected the title.
He's
yeah,
like
so
their-
he's not their prince anymore.
But Belroon, he's like their mascot.
yeah.
The pet.
He's an honorary. He's like that bear in World War II that the Russians had. He's like that donkey in not Nam, it was Korea. They had the donkey that was like made all the way to full sergeant.
That's a 30 diplomacy.
30 diplomacy. What do you say? You just walk up and say, "I need this." Yeah,
Just a single barrel.
yeah. You find a group that's either too hungover or doesn't necessarily care enough. Maybe they're not even planning on seeing action today, kind of thing.
Perfect.
Surely these
Follow-up
guys have
question.
little flint rings, right? The fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snag one of those.
Yeah,
from-
absolutely.
Follow-up question.
Most of them have like multiple.
yeah.
Like that's the only jewelry kind of thing. Some of them have gauged earrings,
Yeah.
and they just like roll their finger on the inside. You know.
Insane. Mad lads. I love them.
Is this stuff like? I guess I'll just spill the beans. Theoretically speaking,
Uh huh.
if you were to poke a hole in this barrel,
Yeah.
it's like spilling out on the ground.
Sure.
If you lit what you were spilling, is it combustible enough that it would just travel up and explode the barrel, or like, can I make napalm out of this?
It will 100% travel up the line. The barrel wouldn't necessarily explode, but it would immolate.
So light it low. Got it.
It wouldn't quite fulfill your napalm desires, but it would 100% get close.
Close is good. Close is good. Okay. That's all I needed.
Yeah. As you're walking out of the orc camp, you do see other teams of divers are actively taking the pitch and they're slathering it on themselves. And you see them throughout kind of this process of it. Some are fresh scooping and adding on, kind of getting like a base layer going. Others, you see that it doesn't quite dry, but it molds. It kind of stops moving and it becomes more jello-y in consistency, and they begin writing in it. And in Orcish, it's literally just like shit posting, but on their body. So the divers will just write like "catch" across their chest. Like it's
like Merry Christmas.
yeah, exactly.
Kaboom!
The sun says hi. Good morning, Mad King. I pooped
I love
today.
these people.
You walk by one, it's just I pooped today, and just like a smiley face.
You're not sure that's oil, actually.
About half of them, with the writing, of course, they have, runes, different runes that mean things in Orcish, lots of strength, perseverance, honor, and then a lot of dicks. They have a lot of dicks written on them in this pitch.
I have been texting PJ Boy or messaging. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not techie savvy, so I just popped my head
Been in
back
chat.
up, and it was dicks. They've got a lot of dicks, and that's all I caught out of whatever the fuck you guys were just saying.
They're writing on themselves in pitch.
Okay.
In the pitch, they are writing.
All right. I'm gonna meet up with the huntresses, see how they're looking.
They're haggard. Their numbers are greatly reduced. They, despite this not being their thing, they fucking tried for you. they're here and committed. A lot of animal companions gone, but they're still an operational small unit.
Okay.
You start out with a couple hundred. You got maybe like 75 left. They did not have a good time.
I'll set them to just like interference in the forest around the tower, as
They're
opposed to
they're more than happy with that.
yeah, as opposed to fighting with us and the orcs. And if the orcs are ready to go and nobody else has anything else,
Not in character because I don't know this, but you may want to let them know that their dear friend Zelly is no more. So they can send a message to people that would want to know that.
You can send a message to one of the mothers.
The living mother.
Living mother and sister. I'm sure she had a dad out there somewhere.
I'll also
The mom would know.
I'll pass on the message
Would
that
she?
Zelly has fallen
Maybe.
to
mom?
to the huntresses.
She wasn't your moms, neither of them were very promiscuous in the way. Only 2 kids over the years. They were matriarchs of their era. They were choosy. They weren't some of those free spirit huntresses
Only the
like you run
best
into. Yeah. Gourmet, some would say. Gourmet phallus.
Going home.
The best trained lovers.
So I'll repeat.
Yes, they receive your message. Not very solemnly necessarily.
No,
Like,
no.
thank fucking God.
Yeah. There's certainly a level of respect, but like she wasn't one of them
Yeah.
in that way.
So anybody else have anything else to do?
No, we're onward and forward, and killing people again.
All
After
right.
that,
There was some quick repairs made to the ship. The ship is in rough shape. What
amend?
is your attack plan?
Nice. Well, I mean, it. It's a
No.
cantrip.
It's a
Is it?
cantrip. You can prepare it. Yeah.
You're not gonna get much done, but you could do like vital parts.
Okay.
Yeah. The vital parts are secure. You guys do have, of course, Derek as a full cleric there who can also cast Make Whole and shit. So he had spent a little bit of time on that.
I'll swap out light for mend and help out a little bit.
That's a good call.
so does anybody have any big cool
A
things
plan.
No,
That could take
my
out
plan
this-
was to go home.
that could take out this tower from the bottom?
Fireball.
Can you cast fireball?
Sure can, yeah.
Sick. I can't. Yeah, I can, but it's not worth it.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Fire is not my thing.
So we can just put the barrel at the base of the tower, fireball the barrel, bada bing, bada boom.
That will not bring down the tower.
You have one small fire.
But it will open the door, and then we go in.
Maybe.
Yeah, no. I got
Unless the doors are enchanted against burning like every fort's door that you've ran into thus far.
Oh, we just don't do that. We haven't learned that yet. Ian.
no,
Yeah, no,
we
I
You
don't-
have when you guys went for Fort Spot. You took
this-
most of that fort intact.
yeah, this fort or this tower is like a really main magical hub, so it can be safe to assume that.
So, I do have dispel magic prepared. So I dispel magic the door, and then we blow it up.
And
Good
I
plan, good plan, good
will
plan.
I will emphasize something that Ian has pointed out, which is the fact that fighting up a tower is a lot more difficult than fighting down the tower.
Well, I thought the plan was to level the tower, not to...
So
Top downs are so much better than bottom ups
yeah,
in any kind of fighting capacity.
yeah.
But we're gonna lose the ship if we try to fly over this thing. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah. So
Can you teleport us in?
Kind of can. It's a new day.
no, not this tower.
Okay. So what's your plan, big guy?
we have to seize the tower because they're going to be doing those artillery barrages like a motherfucker. As like we're trying to.
Oh, we didn't get the Shadow Realm ring off of its Ellie.
And now Dad's got that too.
Bro.
So. So
these
it's
orcs are suicidal anyways.
Within reason, I think.
So I have
It's a reasonable suicide.
Well, yeah. So this will be
the
reasonable.
tower is near a mountain, but it is. Like,
It is not near a mountain. It is at the top of the Great Divide Cliffs,
Oh, okay.
which is not a mountain, right? It's a monocline. So it's flat plains basically going from the Great Divide westward towards the Mad King land.
I'd love
but
to hear it, PJ. Boy.
You got a 200+ foot like sheer cliff
So we
just right next to it on the east
all
side, east and
watched
south.
Lord of the Rings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they're going in,
I already know where this is going.
He's got the torches and they've got the barrels, right? So I just in large person, I have the mass version, and we get like 7 orcs in there, and all of them are covered in pitch, holding a pitch barrel. And I dispel magic the door, and they just take out like a good chunk of the wall, and we still go in from the bottom, but it's gonna be a huge explosion. It'll knock them senseless for at least a second or two.
Really quick here, we're gonna go to break soon. I would just like to ask, what do we as a party know about the Lone Tower
No.
besides its name?
We know that
The one bitch is there.
Gwen.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that it is
And
Gwen, the head
presumably-
wizard of like all the Mad King's
And
lands.
she's been doing
that runs the
creepy
place.
shadow things.
She's been doing creepy shadow things.
So I'm expecting those to be in there. I've been expecting that for a little while, but I don't know exactly
A
how far
halo
she's
jump.
gone with it.
I like it. We know that all of the elves are in there.
Well, not all of them. We've saved a lot.
We
That was
really
the
didn't.
North Tower.
No, it was the Lone Tower. Yeah, it was. 'Cause this is the tower that
You've never been to this tower? This is the tower near the Sport Talent Camp. That was Chris Vikell's tower, the North Tower. That was at the foot of the Iron Mountains.
Oh, okay. Well,
But it is safe to
assume that there will be elves in
too.
here.
That would be a good assumption to make. That's all I know.
What's an elf?
True.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
now that I
that.
think about it, that's pretty much all we got.
So nothing, because that was the wrong
'Kay.
tower. So
So all I'm saying, right, be mindful when you're spending a lot of time talking about how to breach the front door. Just, think about that.
any more
Translation.
thunderstones around the fort resort?
Sure. Yeah,
Um,
some of those basic alchemy things.
yeah.
Yeah, you can
We
find
could
those.
just use basic war strats, and surround the place.
Just starve them out.
Yeah.
Doesn't work super well when you have giant teleporting
Yeah.
And
standing
magical
stones
artillery
and
barrages.
magical artillery barrages that just refresh as they refresh.
Okay, so you go in
But
using your plane shifty thingy,
Uh-huh.
and you just fuck up one of the runes, so the teleport doesn't work
Just
anymore.
go in, like, smudge it real quick. Boom.
And then we starve them out.
Mark, I'd let you know that just repairing like one of the runes should be pretty easy. It'd take them a little while to find it, but then you just draw it back on, I guess.
So you
Cast
go
another
in
spell or
with the
two.
pitch barrel
I
and
go in
blow
and
up
make,
with.
make incorrect runes, add runes to it. Malfunction
you-
the portal.
If you get a good chunk of alone time with it, you could do irreparable damage to the mechanism. Yeah,
So the portal is now like a portal to like the blender dimension or some shit.
it sends it to the shadow realm.
This could work.
You heard him. No, I need a good amount of time.
It would take a lot of time.
So at this point,
It's also
I
it's not like
think-
these runes are just written on with crayon.
Yeah.
They're carved, magically bound, and
Yeah.
sealed.
So like, pitch barrel, maybe. I'll probably die. But that's
You'll earn your tattoo.
Fine,
finally.
yeah.
Yay.
That's how an orc of my caliber should go out.
You hear some cheering.
So as it stands, initially my thought is the smartest course of action would be kind of like what we've been doing with all of these towers, is hitting it from the top and working our way down. However,
Right.
there is the thought that we've done it 4 times at this point, and they might be catching on.
Yeah.
That's what we like.
And
to
also,
do.
Again.
how do we get to the top?
Halo jump.
How do we survive the drop?
You can cast airwalk.
Then it, no, I don't think it's a good plan.
It's
The last
not-
airwalk barely air braked enough to not smear me against a wall.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news,
He was
but
almost
I
Belleroon the ketchup
can't
packet.
fix the ship if it gets broken completely.
Absolutely true.
That is true. That's
was
why Halo jump.
Crafted by a god.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
That's deep lore that some other character knew. I'm not that guy
So-
anymore.
I transcended souls for a second. There. Sorry.
I don't, because a full frontal assault wouldn't be wise.
Yes.
We're going to take our 5-minute break while they strategize. We'll be back, lads.
and we will probably have made no progress.
Hey, I'm Kite Gyan, and you just watched D20 House. Like, comment, and subscribe!